Back now with Harry's Burn. Harry has a newcomer to his barn, Nothing But a Dreamer, joined the Harry Polton stable this week. He will race Monday. I will drive him. And no hobbles, but as I said to Harry, I don't think this horse has trained a mile since Christmas without hobbles on. So the fact that he's racing Monday without hobbles is astonishing to me. But I was actually the one that made the call. I don't think he needs them. The horse looks awesome. Harry's trained him twice now without hobbles. Hasn't gone behind the gate, has not gone a fast mile with him without the hobbles, but has had them off. So I'm as interested as anybody to see what he's going to do on Monday evening. Let's just keep jumping to the top. Almost There, Boss. He's in the sale. He does have a reserve. He's another horse. I put a reserve at 22 on him simply because I know he can pound a condition claimer. In the condition claimer alone, he goes for 22, 24, 25,000. Now that's Canadian, but I don't think he's a claimer just yet. I don't think he's a condition claimer. I think we can race him in the Prospect. We can race him in that series at Mohawk. Horses that raced in the Prospect series. There are races for Almost There, Boss. There's no need to give him away, but if somebody's going to pay us fair market value, or fair market plus, then I can make an argument to sell him, but I'm not giving him away. Amazon Dragon, he's going to be into school on Tuesday, I believe, for Harry. He's back now and ready to go. Arches Rainbow. Harry bluntly pointed out that it was my fault that she was no good the other night. And upon a minor verbal tussle, I was forced to agree with him. The race office did call me and say, Anthony, trying to get a hold of Harry. Arches Rainbow, the 2-year-old trotting filly race, or 3-year-old trotting filly race, 3-year-old maiden filly race isn't going to go. Do you mind just putting her in the maiden? Do you think she'll do? I said, for sure she'll do. Why wouldn't she? It's not like they're going to go in 55. And they went to 55. So, as I said to Harry, 55 or otherwise, I don't think she needs to stay at Mohawk much longer. I think go to George with her. Now, Harry doesn't think she'll get around a half. I could argue that. I think she can get around a half, but I don't think she needs to get around a half just yet. He was right also in saying, well, what we should do is aim for a Prospect series and then race her in horses that raced in a Prospect series at Mohawk. Good idea. So that's probably where you see her next start will be at Georgian and or a Prospect series. But Arches Rainbow is not going anywhere. And somebody's going to ask me also, you have all these horses and say, oh, why not Arches Rainbow? Because I don't even think we're scratching the surface. And again, I will go to bat for horses that want to race. I'm not selling Levitor and Stonebridge Simba because they're not trying. They're nice horses. I'm just running out of classes for them. Stonebridge Simba cannot race in the open. I know a lot of people said, what about Minnesota? What about Northville? The problem with Minnesota is if he can't do in Minnesota, he's marooned in Minnesota. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And Northville, Michigan, yeah, we could send them there. All they had is series is so far for Michigan-owned horses. That'll open up. They'll have an open trot. But again, you think you're just going to waltz into these tracks because you have a horse that can race in the open and dominate. It doesn't work that way at all. And I don't think Stonebridge Simba is going to go in the open in Michigan and maul them. I just don't see it happening. Stonebridge Simba is a 20 claimer, maybe a 25. If they had a straight 25 in Saratoga, he'd be in a 25. And we almost put him in the 20, thinking he'd win and be claimed, and there's 25, 26,000. But he draws the outside, he won't. If we retain him, if he doesn't bring 25, he will be in a 20 claimer in Saratoga, and he'll likely be claimed, and he'll likely win. And we'll get our 25 that way if I have to. But not all the horses are on that list because they're not trying, right? Some of them are trying. Some of them are trying really hard. And it's just circumstances. But when it comes to Arches Rainbow, this is a filly with a ton of avenues to race her in. And as I said, we're not even scratching the surface on what she is, what she could be. Well, that's why she's not going anywhere. Brave World drew poorly in Georgian on Tuesday. Last race, like 9-hole. Harry tried to hook me with the drive, and I said, that's a hard no. That's a negative. Ghost Rider, pattern is full. Got a little Top Gun in there, right there. Before Brave World, Bolt Power's been racing great, just looking for a class for him. Had to race him at Mohawk in the last race tonight, North American Cup night. I suspect it's going to be problematic, but we'll see. Need to break more classes in Georgian for him. He loves Georgian the way he raced the other night. Ooh, Love to see him in Georgian full time. Century Invictus just got beat last night again. Kicking that ball around. Are we going to move him? Are we not? I don't know yet. I thought he raced well. I guess my question I have to ask myself and all of you and Harry and everybody, are we wasting money every time he races not having him at Yonkers? There's a big voice that says yes, and there's a little voice that says no, and I just don't know for certain just yet. Anyway, he finished second last night, raced good. We'll see what the future holds for Century Invictus. Locatelli, Harry has told me last week of July, first week of August, to be ready to go. His first stake, if we're worried about a Grand Circuit event, which we're not just yet, but if we choose to, is August 22nd or 3rd, I believe. Miss Sophia Rose now gone, not with Harry. She left. I think Braden Reibling has her now. Let me just extricate her. It's a big word. Extricate her from the list. No free lunch. Little scare last week. Come up a little sore left front, which is the opposite of the foot that he hurt. Looked like a pus pocket. Was a pus pocket. Blew out. He was sound today. I see Harry trained him. Entered him for Tuesday in Georgian. I'd like to get him in a class where they race for less than $15,000 so that he can go back to Mohawk and race in the class that is horses that race for a purse of less than $15,000. It's very generic. I love it. It's a great idea. I think I applaud the race office for putting classes like that on. I would like to see no free lunch in that class. We need to get him a race for less than $15,000 first. Nothing but a dreamer in on Monday. Super excited about racing this horse. I can't wait to see him go. Resolute Bay. I'm driving Resolute Bay, so too bad if you were looking for James or Bob. Too bad for you. I'm driving him on Monday night. 10-hole. That sucks. But he's first start on Lasix, off 2 weeks. Yada, yada. Yeah, here, Anthony. Go race the red horse. Go easy with him. Okay. Traffic Citation is in Sunday at Georgian Downs. This will be her last start. I didn't put a reserve on her, and I suspect, I paid $12,000 for her. So if you're out there saying, how much you want for Traffic Citation? I paid $12,000 US for her. That's what I paid for her. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get that for her. There's not a reserve. I don't think I'm going to let her. I'm watching the sale. I'm not letting her go through for 6 or 7 or 8,000. I want my 12 grand back. But we'll see what she brings in the preferred online sale on Monday. So that is Harry's barn. Just got Dominic's barn. We'll be back in just a minute.